Hey guys, what's going on? So today I've got part two of my evolution of my musical taste thing. Yeah. So first record I have to show is basically well, we left off at the end of the summer before ninth grade in the last video, and for this video I'm going to talk about basically the like beginning of ninth grade until now, and I'm in the 10th grade. So yeah, but anyways, I remember at the beginning of the ninth grade I was at a record store and I just looking through some records and I found New Bermuda by Deaf Heaven, and I remember seeing them open for Lamb of God, and I never really checked out that much of their material, so I figured to like kind of do a blind buy, I guess. And I got really into it and I became a huge Deaf Heaven fanboy. I'm not as crazy about them as I used to be. I still like them quite a bit. I know they get a lot of hate, and I might get some hate for showing this off, but I don't know, I like it. I don't really give a shit what anyone thinks. But like I said, not as crazy about them as I used to be since I got into regular black metal later on, which I'll get to towards the end of the video. But I don't know. I listened to a lot of this at the beginning of ninth grade, and I was a huge Deaf Heaven fan at the time. But I was still listening to a lot of hardcore punk, and then one day I was at the record store, and I was just like looking for a metal album because I don't know. The last band that I discovered was Deaf Heaven or like Lamb of God. So yeah, those were like the last bands I discovered, and I wanted to discover like some heavier shit. And I found Slayer's Rain and Blood, and I knew who Slayer were, and I'd heard like Rain and Blood a million times, but I had never really gotten into them or checked out much of their discography. So I decided to pick up this album, and I remember bringing it home and putting on Angel of Death and turning it up really loud and getting really into it. And I thought it was fucking awesome. And after I bought this album that day, I pretty much decided to just dive into thrash metal and become. Basically, because before I bought this album, I basically considered myself more of a punk, but then when I got Rain and Blood, it just changed everything, I guess, for me musically, because I don't know, it just created more a passion for metal, like, because I had already, oh my god, I keep stuttering. I had already listened to metal on the side before, but this just, like, made me want to listen to metal more, I guess, and then, I don't know, since I discovered Rain and Blood and Slayer, I, basically became a full-fledged metalhead, and after this album, which I listened to the ever-living shit out of this album. Like, I listened to this album on, like, a daily basis multiple times at the time. Like, November 2016. Anyways, and then I discovered a lot of other thrash metal bands. Some of them were, like, Sepultura. Arise is a fucking killer album. I was one of them. Also, Exodus. I fucking love Bottom by Blood. And, Creator was another band that I was really into. And all that I'm still into. I still love all these bands, but thrash isn't a genre that I explore as much as that much anymore, because I'm pretty much only like the classic bands. There's only a couple of the newer, like, new wave of thrash bands that I like. Like, I like Power Trip and Havoc and Toxic Holocaust and a couple of other bands like Municipal Waste. But a lot of the newer thrash metal bands I just can't get as much into because they just make me want to listen to older thrash. I don't know. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying I'm not as crazy about it as I used to be, because I'm more into death and black metal now. But anyways, so I was huge into thrash metal. So this was around like last year at this time. And also, like I stated in the previous video, I was into Iron Maiden, but I don't know why, but for some reason they started to click with me more after I got into more metal. For some reason, I don't know why, but I went back to Number of the Beast because I had gotten this album like the summer before, but I listened to this again because I hadn't listened to it in a while, and I just liked it more than I had before. I just thought that was a random side note, but I'm a really big Iron Maiden fan, specifically the early stuff. So, I don't know, random side note about that. So, yeah, I was listening to a lot of fucking thrash metal, specifically the heavier stuff. But yeah, you know, just all the classic bands you could think of, like I said, Exodus, Creator, Sepultura, Slayer, Testament, Nuclear Assault, Overkill, Sodom, Destruction, you know, all those fucking awesome bands. And then I eventually gravitated towards death. I just kind of discovered them over YouTube, and I heard Symbolic, and I thought it was really like refreshing to hear death metal, I guess, because I'd never really gotten into death metal before. But I pretty much just like listened to the shit out of their discography. I got really into death, and they pretty much became my favorite metal band. And to this day, I guess I could still consider them my favorite metal band. But I bought Leprosy in like December 2016. So yeah, this was pretty much a year ago. Like a year and a week ago, basically, I bought this album. Because I remember like the exact date that I bought this album, actually. I don't know why, but I did. And I love the shit out of this album. This is almost my favorite death metal album of all time, but there's another album that tops this. That's My Death. I know that sounds like heresy, but it's my opinion. I don't know, because everyone loves fucking Death, so it's kind of generic to say they're your favorite death metal band, but otherwise this would be my favorite death metal album. But I love the shit out of Leprosy, and it's just amazing. So after Death, I decided to check out some more death metal. And the next few albums I'm going to be showing aren't in the chronological order that I got them, but more so in the order that I bought. Or not that I bought, I'm stupid, that I got into these bands and albums. So, but the next death metal album I bought after Death, so I explored some more death metal, checked out a lot of the old school bands, and I also got into a little bit of tech death at the time. So, Nile was a band that I got really into, and I picked up In Their Darkened Shrines, and I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. Like, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I do now. I just like more, when I listen to death metal, I like the more like real tech death stuff more now than I did before. I don't know why, but yeah. And then, of course, I checked out a lot of the old school bands. Like, I don't have all the albums from them that I really want. Like, I really need to get some, like, Suffocation and Autopsy and shit like that in my collection. But as far as the stuff that I currently own, Warrior Angel was a band that I got into a lot around the middle of 9th grade. I bought Altars of Madness and listened to the ever-living crap out of it. And love this album. Not my favorite from Morbid Angel, though. My favorite is Blessed Are the Sick, which I plan on picking up that album sometime. It's actually one of the things I asked for Christmas. And then Obituary, of course. Love the shit out of Obituary. I also need to get some more stuff from Obituary, because this is all I have, which is the Incomplete, their third album. My favorite is probably Cause of Death or Slowly We Rot, though. Generic opinion, I know. But I don't know. And of course there's a lot of other bands that I don't own stuff from yet, like Entombed and Dying Fetus, Autopsy, like I said already, Suffocation, Deeds of Flesh. There's just so many death metal bands I don't currently own anything from. I also got into a little bit of grindcore. I had actually heard Pig Destroyer like before I even got into Slayer, but like around the beginning of 9th grade, and I liked it, but I didn't really care enough to see what genre it was. I just knew it was some sort of crazy metal that was really fucking heavy. But speaking of which, I should really take up some Pig Destroyer. But I got into a little bit of grindcore, like Napalm Death and early Carcass, and like Repulsion, Terrorizer, you know, all those great bands. But also that's another side note. And then I also got into just a little bit of melodic death metal, like the Heartwork era of Carcass. And I really liked At the Gates. Well, I don't say I should say liked, because I still love At the Gates. But Slaughter of the Soul I listened to a lot of towards the end of 9th grade, as well as some of the album. Terminal Spirit Disease, that's actually my favorite from them. I need to pick that up. But anyways, so pretty much for like, I'd say about 3/4 of 9th grade, I was just listening to almost nothing but death metal and thrash metal. And then I still listen to a lot of death metal and thrash metal, but I hadn't discovered black metal yet, and I was aware of it, obviously. I'd heard the stories with, like, Mayhem and Burzum and Dark Throne and shit, but I had never heard any of their music, so one day I decided to check out Mayhem's Death Crush, and I listened to it, and I didn't like it at first. I'm gonna be honest, like, the vocals just weirded me out a lot. But, like, then I heard Dark Throne's song Hansist Winter. I forgot even where I heard it, but I just remember the riff being really, really good, and I remember liking it a lot. So then I went and I listened to Transylvanian Hunger, and then not long after, so like June 2017 this year, I bought Transylvanian Hunger, and I fell in love with it, and then I pretty much I just dove into black metal, and discovered all the great fucking black metal bands, you know. Like a little under a month later, I also picked up Mayhem's De Mysteriis Nostaltanis, and they pretty much became my favorite black metal band, and I love the shit out of this album. So yeah, I got into a lot of black metal. I also got into some like atmospheric black metal, like Over and Summoning, and I also like a lot of depressive suicidal black metal, like Disaster and Forgotten Tomb, of course. But anyways, and then like, so of course I got into all the classic bands, and I discovered more black metal. At this point, it's kind of tough to decide what my favorite metal subgenre is between black metal and death metal, because I listen to more death metal than I do black metal. But I pretty much like, when I listen to black metal, like, I just get more into it than I do with death metal. Like, I get really entranced. I don't know what to decide, I can't talk, fucking hell. I can't decide which one, I like more. But anyways, another black metal album that I got, in, like, October of this year was, Burzum's, self-titled. And this is one of my all-time favorite black metal albums. I don't know, but yeah. So since then, I've just been exploring more black metal and death metal and stuff. And those are pretty much my two favorite subgenres. And pretty much those are like the two most popular subgenres of extreme metal. But I don't think I'm ever going to stop listening to extreme metal. And I think I've just found what I liked pretty much. But I haven't discovered everything yet. There's still a lot of bands I have not checked out that I'm not even aware of. But yeah. Also, another album I forgot to show off. Somewhere around like the beginning of 9th grade. I'm stupid, not 9th grade. 10th grade. Another death metal album I bought that became my favorite death metal album of all time was Cryptopsy's None So Vile. I forgot to show this off because I don't know where it would fit in chronologically because I got this around like September or August, I think. I don't know, random side note, but I've loved the shit out of that album, and that's pretty much my favorite death metal album of all time. But I don't know. So yeah, that's basically how I got into extreme metal for this video because the last video I talked about hardcore punk a lot and a little bit of metal, but this video was pretty much all fucking metal. So yeah. But that's it for this video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, bye.